does it feel to be in business with Aventurine? I bet you're not used to it. That's just his style. All or nothing is his mantra. He's always cozying up to his clients while egging them on to undertake some dangerous assignment with him. But everyone has their merits, so I won't comment further. But Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hitch, and basically never lost a gamble. Which is why, on the issue of retaking Penacony, I'm watching with keen interest. Of course. It's business after all. What's important is where you're seated at the table. As for the two cases, apologies, but I don't have much info on them either. All I can do is ask you to keep digging for more details. Please, continue to investigate the case. All I can do is sit tight in the real world. I look forward to hearing your progress.
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid of you this time.
Well, spit it out. Stop bothering us if you've nothing important.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people you've beaten up before? Sheesh, why do you keep asking me that? We're in the middle of investigating a murder case for the family. May we speak to your captain about it?
Well...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
That's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably Gallagher, the one she mentioned, right?
We have nothing to report. Please, leave.
Please, continue.
Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher. Gallagher. Where could he be?
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up ahead. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Hold on a minute. I think I've seen you before. The gray-haired one.
How much trouble have you stirred up exactly on Penacony? You think you look alike? Wait, are you for real?
Not possible. It was you the last time, yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that silver-haired girl. I'm not letting you get by this time. Please leave, or I'll have to get on my knees and beg you.
Huh? What kind of heinous crime have you committed now?
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation. If it wouldn't trouble you, could we see this Mr. Gallagher?
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a few people mentioning this name. Even the one with the gray hair.
He didn't send you all here?
It was the security officer who dispatched us. That's all I can divulge.
He'll do. He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter of the family's reputation, no one's allowed through. Everyone, please leave. There's really no need for us to make things difficult for each other, right?
We're really sorry for troubling you. Let's think of another way.
Another way. That's it! Didn't they say something about that? What was it? Clockwork? That got this guy to change his mind? Can you perform it again? That, clocky magic. It's not bad if we're resolving a misunderstanding. Please?
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter of the family's reputation, no one's allowed through. Everyone, please leave. You lot insist on doing this.
Sorry, but human lives and the family's reputation are at stake. It is imperative we know everything about the case.
No, I meant to say... Do I really have to get down on my knees and grovel? I didn't think you were the type who would kick someone when they were down. If that's the case, I'll just have to acquiesce to everyone's wishes. Lower my esteemed head and plead with everyone.
No. No need. Standing is just fine. You don't need to do that.
Looks like he still doesn't want to divulge anything.
You punk. Why can't you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? The security officer's word is absolute law. I've told you that place up ahead is off limits. To wind, to rain, even if the Dream Master was here, they aren't getting in. hear me? Even if the Dream Master was here... we'll talk about this if the Dream Master is ever here, and it's just a metaphor! A metaphor! Don't you get it? Oh, I'm warning you. If you keep insisting, I'm gonna have to show you my true power.
He looks kinda angry now. Should we?
Humans will never understand one another.
Oh, great. Even if Klapoth were here, they wouldn't be able to protect him.
There is no meaning to death and defiance. Why do you not understand? Sweet Dreams Troop, charge! Teach them a lesson they won't forget!
Feeling spiffy?
Still waters of oblivion. It's time. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Am I destined to relive this outcome? Looks like you and I have been plunged into a cycle of despair.
Oh, what's he talking about?
However, this time, I will sever the chains of tragedy. The only way any of you will pass is over my dead body!
He doesn't have to be so melodramatic, does he?
Looks like he still doesn't want to divulge anything.
Let me see what time it is now. Whoa! It's this time already! What? Time to clock out! And no one's gonna stop me.
What?
Huh?
This clockwork trick of yours, it's kinda dangerous.
At least he won't be getting in our way again. Let's go find that Gallagher and ask him the intricacies of the case.
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Welcome. Since you made it here, what can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone, it sounds like you were expecting us.
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express, and honorable guests of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this lady in the Golden Hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it, in the hopes of getting justice for her.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an unpredictable twist of fate.
Why? What's wrong with the family?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes...
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting at something.
You got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go elsewhere.
Even after that chilling tragedy, this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such magnitude.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building. Like a living idol. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves while also receiving sustenance in return.
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately backfired and become a catalyst. As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail, they draw closer and closer to necrosis. Regardless of the perceived bliss, death looms as the inevitable conclusion. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break, and crumble.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you willing to share your findings with me?
Of course. That's if I remember. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything that occurred on Penacony. Ask away.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's where the Dawn Factory, which processes the foundation of the dreamscape, is located.
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imagination factories. Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in and day out in their dreams, and they return to reality and sleep on a narrow bed in a room. A far cry from luxury. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre and motley dreamscape is the best reward. There, I encountered a young woman who had just come of age, the perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day move to the golden hour and see the magnificent garments she had woven with her own hands. For certain reasons, her wish was difficult to fulfill. but I managed to bring her a garment.
Gilded Hour. It's said to be Penacony's currency center.
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city, the economic heart of the dreamscape. The Pepeshi people of the Alfalfa family are there to keep it running, sending blood that is made from money everywhere on Penacony. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. The greatest wish of the local Pepeshi people is for their future generations to work in the Gilded Hour. I've never met anyone who is willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through the jungle of steel, only to deposit the alfalfa credits that they'd earned into the bank's vault. I don't know if they would open the vault's door, but before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed Pepeshi person plummet from the sky, while those around him continued on their way, unfazed.
I hear the Blue Hour is very romantic. Do you have any tales to share?
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There is a large boat called the Eventide, anchored along the Sea of Dreams, where soft music and dancing persist endlessly every night. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long-departed lover to return, waiting for countless hours within time that stood still. In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to Penacony to pursue their dreams. Alas, her lover's consciousness was lost in the dark depths of the Sea of Dreams. Finally, she suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat with her. But she never said anything. Her eyes absent-mindedly gazing at the horizon for what seemed like forever. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
The dreamscape of chic, luxury, and consumerism, the moment of dusk. My companions have been there too.
Then you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized them. Scattering money as if it were dust and betting it on all or nothing. Everything has a price, and everything can be bought or sold. Even dreams themselves. I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid under stipulated periods and rules, he would do the buyer's every bidding, becoming that person's very possession. That Intellitron had been auctioned off a dozen times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. But never again did anyone cast another glance at him. This time around, there were no successful bids for him. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago. Nor should it be. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Where the spirits of the rich and impoverished remain forever fixed on their own scales. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream is inevitable.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Miss Acheron, now it's my turn to share a story with you. There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with deep, unhealable pain, made a choice. He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, he created a giant, a spiritual atom. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not advance, forever lost their future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became unbreakable.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward, humanity will eventually seek a way to save itself. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he etched the possibilities of human nature into his heart. He was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it, only for him to fall into the sea. And after that, countless others would surpass him, soaring to even greater heights.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazing spirit. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike, yet don't. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, witnessing their destinies follow paths similar to mine. So I will tell you, even if not completely similar, the story you just told, it overlaps with my past. And within that abyssal dream, I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what sort of power is it that has motivated your solitary journey thus far?
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling, all because the sun was there. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but darkness? Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony? Acheron?
This voice. It's not Constance. Could it be her companion?
Though I don't know exactly, my bullets will find you.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper. I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you. Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the Hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Heck, never... Well, that lady's past is an emanator who should not exist.
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. My, what an honor.
Yes, and I'm...
Great. Then...
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve.
My conversation with Sunday convinced me. I even managed to recover the gift money.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
That's all I can say. Go. Do what you must.
That's true, but what's your plan?
Well, who knows? Maybe.
You are indeed a gambler.
Maybe I am.
Fine.
What's this? Medical advice? You catch up. Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway. It's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone.
The world has truly lost its way. You... Wait. I get it now. This is some sort of prank show, right? You youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience. But you know what? A truly great show.
A great show will start soon, old man. But before...
Ice death. No, the effects were awful.
Is that...
Yeah, what else can you expect? Don't put...
What a joke. Well, a monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the memory.
The world.
Would you be willing to support my performance? And keep the Song of Beauty of... Wow, how fabulous!
Well, you see...
That's incredibly kind of...
Sure thing.
Death? Is that...
Oh, you see, I'm a...
Well, if you're up for some gossip, it's not... It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luckily...
Thank you. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body. The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
A sip of liquor, a blissful reprieve. To drown 1,000 sorrows, let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet. Oh? Or are you just pitying me?
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend. It's not good for your health.
Oh?
The devil of Soul Glad? Care to elaborate?
They say it loves to appear to drunk.
Yeah. Very funny. Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn it. Now I just want to dig out my brain and use it as evidence.
A sip of liquor, a blissful reprieve. To drown 1,000 sorrows, let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet.
Who cares if everything's full of sugar?
Take care, my friend. If you ever find yourself in danger, remember that the hounds are always ready to help. You don't look good, my friend.
That won't be necessary. I have...
All right, then. If you ever need...
Well, actually, I do need a favor. As the most
Stowaways? How could there be stowaways in Penacony? We've never had anything like that before.
All right. Good luck with your work, then. What was I even thinking? Family would never...
Take care, my friend.
You want to talk to me? Sure, but nothing too sensitive, okay? Huh. Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this dream. But to be... So...
I'm...
Another curious soul. I see. Well, that was actually the topic I was most into when I entered the industry. But my boss shut it down.
How did your boss talk you out of it?
Well, she simply said, covering baseless... I thought about it, and she had a point.
Reporting on stuff like blowing out birthday candles and getting spooked by nightmare ghosts isn't exactly professional material.
Guess she's got a point. Thank you for sharing.
You want to talk to me? Sure, but nothing too sensitive, okay?
Were you one... Is this a gift?
Yes.
Is this for real?
No, it's not much.
I knew it.
Neither.
Oh, you sound just like my father. He's an Intellitron, so his dream entry methods are different from us
Hey. The Devil of Soulglad, Dangers in the Dream, and Nightmare Ghosts. Well, surely death is a popular topic in this sweet dream granted by the family. Well, I've collected a bunch of rumors, but no useful clues. The gems in my bag are running low. Well, let's see if my last lucky interviewee brings some surprises.
Were you wanting to talk to me? Sorry, I thought you were checking out something behind me.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke. If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
So, number 35. You're back. Like your new lucky charm?
Can a commodity code...
Silence! I didn't... The guy's in black. But I figured your first task, go and play a...
You're insane.
Testing out if you're a good...
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me...
I've got stacks on stacks, but...
How much did...
What?
My price.
Huh.
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba.
Yeah, sorry, but you're just a... It's all or nothing.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at Soul Glad. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary? We're dedicated to serving up nothing but What would you like to drink?
Oh, look!
Who's Serval?
Oops.
Just spare them, my esteem. I'm getting up there in age, and I need...
They're all under the counter.
That's exactly what I had in mind. The discussion might take quite some...
In the...
Why, we're in a dream, my love.
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me...
Even in reality, mixing...
Only then.
In other words, what you get...
Nice.
Check out this bottle. The liquid inside looks beautiful. And the label reads... Dream syrup. Thick. I don't see an expiration date. But the production date is... half an amber era ago. Ugh, drinking this stuff can't lead to anything good. That's for sure. That's true, but this really doesn't seem fresh.
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding? Don't worry, it's all just a dream and it won't upset your stomach. It's been aging for years and should have a refined taste by now. Feel free to have some. It's perfect for entertaining lovely guests like you.
Then we'll keep it for now. Can this be used for mixing drinks? Oh, and there's a note underneath. Exchange with your precious things. Oh, what should we exchange for it? And who should we give our stuff to? What should we exchange for? Hey, what are you doing? You can't just throw trash. No way. The words on the note are changing. Happiness is the dream of the humble. Does this mean we can take it? Something feels weird about this. That's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Stay out of my way. I'm looking for Siobhan.
Uh-huh? What's all the commotion about?
But you have to come with me.
As you see...
Fine.
Just...
What's her deal?
Hey, can you do that? Time is running out. We need to hurry.
Yeah, I'm counting on you.
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right? I just don't get why she won't be. It's ridiculous, right? Our paths were never meant to cross, yet I'm still holding on to her. I'm too timid and shy, longing to shine but afraid of stepping into the spotlight. I need her guidance, because I'll never be able to do anything alone. You don't know Siobhan's past, and you have no clue how radiant she used to be. Even among the talented Iris family, her skill was unmatched. I know she probably thinks I'm just trying to ride her fame to get ahead. But all I want is for her to reclaim her place.
She's still not leaving. Maybe I'll have to try again.
I just don't get why Those darn Iris jerks! They're the ones who forced Siobhan into hiding here, running this pesky bar. It's all their dirty scheming. I get it now. She's not leaving because she doesn't want to run into them again. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I'll go back and write a letter to the Dream Master, exposing the crimes committed by the Iris family. Siobhan will definitely appreciate it.
Things might get out of control if she gets any angrier. I need to come up with another plan.
I just don't get... I've seen it. The moment when Siobhan and I share the stage. The crowd is going wild, applause crashing like waves, the aroma of irises fills the air. A beautiful melody playing, ribbons dancing around us, and the taste is sweeter than honey. I've seen that scene countless times in my dreams, and every time it mesmerizes me. That's why I have to bring her back to that world, no matter what it takes. Want to raise a glass, my attentive listener? Let's consider it a toast to my far-fetched dream. Well, talking to you has got me feeling a bit down. My thoughts are swirling, making my mind clear, and bringing tears to my eyes. Maybe I should find a place to reflect on what Siobhan truly means to me. Here's the payment for the drinks. Please, pass it on to her. I'm leaving now.
Amaki has left? That's good for her. Radiant dreams may be enticing, but they're nothing more than dreams. Her drink is on the house. Please keep the money. When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he's itching to show off his skills.
Hey! Look at all these chips scattered everywhere.
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Caused a ruckus with Siobhan. Those chips must have gotten scattered during all the chaos. That's a clever metaphor.
That being said, opening a bar in this place, filled with monsters, is quite a feat. Siobhan must have a lot of tricks up her sleeve, right?
You'll have to ask her yourself to find out. But I have a feeling she won't budge unless you impress her with an incredible drink.
It's Soul Glad! But I thought they didn't sell Soul Glad at the bar. Let's give it a shake. Nice, it's still fizzy and has a long shelf life. That's possible. You see Soul Glad everywhere these days, so it wouldn't be a surprise if someone brought a bottle here. Why don't they sell Soul Glad in this bar? Did something happen?
It's all about the bartender's pride. It wouldn't make sense for customers to come here and order drinks they can find anywhere else. That's the mindset I use when I brew my coffee.
You're right, Himeko.
That being said, mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just pick your favorite ingredients, toss them in a glass, mix it up, and it's done. So go ahead, explore the bar and bring me any ingredients you prefer. Go ahead, my friend. I'm sure you'll find splendid ingredients. That being said, so go ahead. Nice work. Let me take... You found some interesting ingredients there. Now, take your pick. Each drink has its own unique flavor, and the base ingredient sets the tone for the initial taste and the lingering aftertaste. So, which one would you like to use as the base? Sweeter than Susa juice and more bitter than... Now that you've chosen the base, it's... The taste is... After those despicables sent Mikhail a...
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. A symbol of bravery and dauntless. Well, it's done. Here's to you, Watcher, with this glass of the long goodbye to a bitter childhood.
Well done, Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
So, are you satisfied?
Oh, the flavors! They're way more sophisticated than Soul Glad.
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste the spicy and sour notes with a hint of sweetness. I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
Does this true taste have anything to do with that, Mikhail?
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit, and now there's no reason to hide anything from you anymore. Let's dig deeper into the case, and of course, I'll tell you a story about Mikhail. All right, let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she's a stowaway. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run into one sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality. But here's the thing. We only received bad news, and the jerkiest kind at that. She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality, as if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Huh? Does that mean...
Different? Are you suggesting that girl wasn't actually killed? Come on, aren't you a witness in this case? Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the Bloodhound family has dealt with before.
Dealt with before? So, death does happen in Penacony. if I understand correctly.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people. If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true problem with the family.
I guess it's time to tell the story of that Mikhail.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know this?
There's a message.
Hey, why are you laughing?
No, but I mean...
That's just our speculation.
Now I can assure you that the family is considered the watchmaker, and let me ask you a question. Have you...
So...
Well, now you understand, because the watchmaker is not the legend of the land of the dreams at all. You don't get it? Mikhail, the betrayer of the family. Here we are. Clock student.
Wait, aren't we supposed to...
The culture of a city reflects its... You know that Penacony used to be the IP, the prolonged exposure to high concentration, but everything has a price. And he is Hanu, the great... History is always written by the winners. However, these characters not only exist in dreams...
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
What's going on? Why can't...
So many of them. I've never seen anything like this, even when they're tracking down suspects. Well, it's a masterpiece from the family, after all. Besides the followers of the preservation, the family members are the best at creating mind-blowing marvels. Let's find a quiet spot and continue our conversation. View here is great, right? We can see everything from here, including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation,
It was a monumental war for freedom. Among them was the person who would have...
But if you do the math, doesn't that mean the Watchmaker was around for several centuries?
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already...
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
I'm 13.
No way. Not
Anunu freed the frontier prison. It wasn't until the Watchmaker approached the family with the idea...
Thus, he became known as...
But didn't you say the Watchmaker...
No. I'm not his companion, but I am indeed a traitor.
What did you do?
Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to... Mikhail was too old to protect his children while they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world. Behind closed doors, They condemn him on a pillar of shame. Nevertheless, we wanted to clear, but we failed. Too much time had passed, and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, I gave up. Like a lost dog. The family accepted me and made me an officer. I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him. That's when I realized that the Penacony I once...
We're truly sorry for what happened.
Apparently, someone has inherited... Unfortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is, or if they're even real. Or just Mikhail's lost soul haunting the dreams. So, do you understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death must be connected to the Watchmaker's legacy. And at the end of all these mysteries, we will find the answers we are seeking. If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who despise me could form a line from here all the way to the entrance of the hotel. I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Something just happened at the theme park. How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways rejected by Penacony today and the dream sea?
Gallagher does have a troubled past, it seems.
While Firefly's whereabouts... Exactly. Gallagher suggests that the real traitor is someone else. Probably within the Oak family. That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got involved in this mess because of the legacy, and now we're sure that Aventurine's accusations against Acheron are baseless.
You're really into Clocky, huh? He's just a fictional character, not a real person.
Speaking of which, that Clocky who only reveals himself to you is quite intriguing. It's a shame we've never met him since then. Now that we've confirmed a lot of our suspicions, let's take a moment to think about the clues we have. Send a message to Welt and see how things are going on his end.
Are your companions worried about you?
They're just checking up on me. Let's get in and get out. Seems they've made some progress. Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
It's been a smooth ride. Almost too smooth for a heavily guarded mansion.
Let's see if there's anyone waiting to greet us.